Hey everybody, Don with Brazier Toneworks, and thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about creating a blender strat. This strat has a master volume, a master tone, and then the very last pot we're going to turn that into a blender pot, which allows us to blend either the neck or the bridge pickup into the other pickup sounds depending on where we have our selector switch. It's kind of a cool mod. You do lose one tone control. But again, you do get the ability to blend those pickups in, so let's get started. We have our traditional components here, nothing unique. We have our 3 pickups, our 5-way selector switch, and the existing pots. You should have 250K pots. You might use something different, but you should have 3 of them, your capacitor and your output jack. What I'd like to do now is just very quickly go over my labeling convention for pots and switches. Again, this is just mine. Other people use different ones. I move left to right on the pots, L1, L2, L3. L2 is always the center. You invert the pot, you can see how the lugs switch. On a 5-way switch, the left side I have A1, 2, 3, and 4, and the right side is B1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as always, we start with grounding. We ground the top of each of the pots to the next one, and then take that to our bridge ground so we don't have a ground loop. Next, we can wire the capacitor. We're going to take one end and ground that to the top of our master tone, which is the center pot. The other is going to go to lug L3. Next, we'll just quickly go over the output wiring. We're going to take L2 and go to the tip portion of our output jack, and then we are going to run a ground from the top of the volume pot to the ring portion of our output jack. We'll just go over the pickups very quickly here. We're going to take the ground or the negative of each of the pickups and ground that to the top of the master volume pot. We're going to take the hot of each of the pickups and go accordingly. We're going to take the bridge and go to A1 on our selector switch. We're going to take the middle and go to A2, and our neck is going to go to A3, and you can see that here corresponding in red, blue, and green. And now we can actually start to wire up the pots. We're going to start with our master volume pot. We're going to go from A4 of our selector switch to L1 of the master volume pot. And you can see that here kind of in magenta. Next, moving to the master tone, we're going to go from L2 of our master volume to L2 of our master tone. And again, our master tone is our middle pot. From here, we're going to take a wire from A1 of our selector switch and go to L2 of our blender pot, which is the very bottom one. And we're going to also take a cable from A3 down to L3 of our blender pot. You can see the red is going to go to L2 and the green is going to go to L3. At that point, you are all done. This is what your strat should look like with all of the wiring in place. You now have one master volume, one master tone, and a blender pot, which is going to again add either the neck or the bridge depending on where the selector switch is. So now let's take a look at what this will actually do. Looking at this diagram here, we're going to have our selector switch all the way back for the bridge pickup, or what is traditionally the bridge pickup. You will just get the bridge pickup by itself, and then once you start to blend in using your blender knob, you will blend in the neck pickup with that. Moving up, if we go to position 2, we will traditionally have our bridge and middle. We can start to blend in the neck pickup with that combination. Middle is only going to be the middle pickup. The blender knob will have no effect whatsoever on that. In position 4, we'll have our neck and middle with the ability to blend in the bridge if need be. And then finally, in position 5, we will have the neck only and then the ability to blend in the bridge if that's what you want. So again, it's a very simple mod. You're not really adding or removing any components. You're just kind of changing up the wiring a little bit. You do lose one tone control, but you can kind of manage that with blending in some of the other pots that are out there. Thanks for watching, and again, if you have any questions or things that you'd like to see videos on, please email me at braziertoneworks@gmail.com and I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, remember, tone, it's not just a knob, it's sound advice. Thanks.